Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold. And we also take a look at a few of the yen pairs. As always, we start off with the dollar index, daily time frame, because if we know what that's doing, we pretty much know what to do on all the dollar pairs themselves. So, anyways, on the daily time frame, I think it's pretty well confirmed that this is an A. Most likely, we're in a wave B right now, and eventually, it probably is going to go up and make a wave C. Now, there is a other possibility that this is like a running flat right here. And if it is a running flat, then potentially, it might bounce at some fib levels, but potentially it could just keep on going down, making lower lows, lower highs on this daily time frame. But if it really is an ABC of Y, like I suspected it could be, then maybe it will go down to like the 61% because there's a nice fib there and there's a little rally-based rally right here. Probably going to be a lot of support in that area. Then this would be like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, and then probably go up and make a pullback to the move down, like a wave B, and then probably down again, maybe to the 61 to the 78% for a wave C, and this would be the completion of your A, B, C, and B before it potentially went up and made the bigger push up for the big wave C. So I still think this is the most likely scenario, but if we don't get a break, especially on shorter time frames, and it just keeps on making lower lows, lower highs, and we'll just keep on looking for shorts the dollar. If we're looking for shorts the dollar, that means our primary goal definitely is still looking for longs on the euro, the pound, the Aussie, the Kiwi, looking for shorts on the dollar CAD and the dollar Swiss. And gold does basically whatever gold wants to do as always. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, your best thing to do on the 1 hour is to look for your structure. The main structure that I will tell you that this whole move is over is right there. Most likely, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Likely, we're in a wave 5 right now. I would suspect that it would probably find support around the 61%. If it breaks this structure, that only tells you that this wave right here is over. It doesn't tell you that the whole push down is over and that we're in the wave B of B yet. So maybe it pushes down a little more, then it starts to push up, either today, later today, or maybe tomorrow, and starts to make a wave B like I was showing on the daily time frame. So anyways, let's keep all this in mind because that's very important when you're trading the dollar pairs themselves. Let's start off on the euro dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Very well confirmed now that we are either in a wave B or wave 2. Most likely we're in a pullback to this whole move down right here. I still think that there's a possibility this could be a WXY. There's a possibility that it just keeps on going up. Just like I said, there's a possibility that the dollar index just keeps pushing down. That is definitely a very likely scenario. But I would say that the most likely scenario, in my opinion, is that over the next, week or two, it ends up making an overlapping pattern, and this ends up being a wave B or a wave 2. But it doesn't really matter that much, in my opinion, because right now we're looking for longs until this first push up is complete, and there's no engulfing down, there's no break of structure down. We are sitting at, potentially a little bit of a resistance area right here in this little drop-based drop zone. So maybe it does end up turning soon, but it doesn't look like there's any reason to say so yet. Going down to the 1 hour time frame is where you can see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. So if it goes down and takes out this low, which I don't know if it's going to, I mean, it could keep on going up. I'm saying if it does, then the first thing you would do is do your Fibonacci retracement from here to here. If you're trading the sort of time frames, you definitely could justify looking for shorts after this break of structure. And then if it goes down and breaks this structure, that's what's going to prove that the whole move up on the daily is complete and either wave A or wave 1 is over on the higher time frames. It all depends on your structure, right? You need to understand what a structure break tells you. This structure break only tells you that this wave from here to here is over. This structure break tells you that the daily time frame wave is over. So for now, I would definitely still recommend longs just because we don't have any structure break yet. But it does seem like with that, resistance on the daily time frame, that there's probably a pretty good chance that it does go down. Maybe it pushes up to the 161.8, right around the 1.18 area before it goes down. So don't get too excited. Don't start sorting it until you get some sort of confirmation. So moving on to the pound dollar, let's head back up to the daily time frame. That is. So pound dollar, same type of thing. I mean, I personally think that there's a very good likelihood that this wave from here to here is over, and that we're most likely in a pullback to this wave, and it's probably going to end up making some sort of an overlapping pattern over the next several weeks for wave B. But there's also a possibility that this is the end of like some sort of running ABC on the daily if you zoom way out, or possibly on the weekly. If that's the case, then this is just going to keep on going up, right? I said that it's possible the dollar index just keeps going down, which means it's possible this just keeps going up. If it just keeps making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, then the trend is up and the trend is your friend. For now, the most important thing is that we're looking for logs. The next big area of resistance for me is right around the 1.355 area. So definitely still looking for logs. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, this also kind of has that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape to it. So, there's probably a pretty good chance that it will find resistance maybe up at this 1.355 area. And if it goes down and breaks structure, just like the euro dollar, the first thing I would do is on my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. After that, I could definitely justify looking for shorts. If it goes down and takes out this low, then we'll know that the whole wave on the daily is complete. If it breaks this structure right here, it doesn't necessarily have to go down and break this. It could potentially make a pullback to this wave only, and then just make another higher low and just keep on going up. That's why I like to say you need to understand what a breaker structure is actually telling you. So anyways, moving on to the Aussie dollar, kind of the same story. The Aussie is always a little bit different, but the Aussie definitely could have ended like some sort of an expanding pullback right here, and it possibly could just keep on going up. My weekly and monthly time frame analysis is very bullish for the Aussie, so I mean, there's definitely a very good likelihood this just keeps going up. There's also, if the dollar is actually in a wave B, then this also would probably end up making some sort of, overlapping pattern like this. Maybe make some sort of an A, a B, and a C. And, maybe this is going to end up being like an A, B, C, D, E, or W, X, Y, X, Z pattern or something along those lines. But for now, there's no proof that it's going down, and we're looking for longs on sort of time frames because the trend is your friend. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, same thing on the Aussie dollar. We have that nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape. Maybe it's going to go up and take out this high right here. That's probably a very likely area of resistance, which is right above the 0.712 area. Maybe it goes and breaks that, then goes down and breaks this. If it does break this structure, same thing as the euro and the pound, the first thing I would do is on my Fibonacci retracement out there. And then only two things can happen. It can either make a pullback to that wave and then continue up later on, or it could go down and break this structure right here, which would prove that the daily trend is over. The daily push is over on the higher time frames. That's why I always say you need to understand what a breaker structure tells you, because this breaker structure doesn't tell you anything except for this wave from here to here is over. It definitely doesn't tell you that the daily time frame trend is complete. So going down to the US dollar CAD, back up to the daily time frame. I mean, I had this labeled as a wave 3, but it's looking way too strong to be a wave 4. So, this potentially could be an A, this could be a B, this could be a C. Instead of it being a 1, 2, 3, it could be an A, B, C, and it could just keep on going down. It's definitely a very, very likely scenario. And I started off this video saying that the dollar index could very likely just keep pushing down. So we are definitely looking at this as sorts of sort of time frames. Now, if it, starts to make over the next several weeks, starts to make an overlapping pattern, then we would expect it to probably bounce from a fib level and continue up later on. But as of right now, we're just going to take it one wave at a time, and we're definitely looking for sorts on sort of time frames. Kind of the same deal on this one. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape. If it breaks this high, that only tells you that this wave from here to here is over. If it takes out this high, then I definitely could justify, looking for longs. But you have to realize just because it takes out that structure doesn't mean it's a trend reversal. It could just make a pullback to the last wave and then continue down later on. Or if it really is a trend reversal, it will maintain impulsive movement, go up here and break this high, which would confirm that the wave down on the daily is complete. Understand what your breaks of structure are telling you. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss. US dollar Swiss, I also had labeled as either a wave C or a wave 3 on the daily. And it's looking pretty strong, so it might definitely be a wave C. And it just took out structure, and it has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape on the daily. So, I mean, it definitely is probably going to find support someplace in this area right here at either the 161 or the 178 and probably make a pullback. But I'm not going to try to identify the exact moment that this pullback is starting. I will know it's starting because I'll either see like engulfing up or I'll see a breaker structure up or something like that to help confirm that it really is pushing back up. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, basically the same thing as the other dollar pairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 1 hour. This is the real structure that would tell you that the daily time frame trend is over. This structure right here only tells you that this wave is over. If it breaks this structure, it doesn't necessarily have to be a trend reversal. It could just be a pullback within the higher time frame downtrend. But if it breaks this and then maintains impulsive movement and then goes up and breaks this, then you're going to know that the daily time frame trend is over. That's why I like to call it learn and earn at the same time, because you'd be looking for logs after the break of structure, and you would be learning whether it does something like this or whether it does an impulsive move up and breaks the structure. So anyways, moving on to gold. Gold has been very, very kind of sideways for a while now. Most likely gold is kind of waiting to see what's going on in Iran. It's very highly affected by, with the war. So I was personally thinking that we're in a wave A, and I was personally thinking that this wave A wasn't going to end until up here someplace, right around 5,200, maybe 5,160 area. So I am definitely still very bullish on gold. Like I was saying yesterday, just because you see 5 waves doesn't mean a wave trend is over. This could make it a 6, a 7, it could make a wave 8, it could make a wave 8, 9, and then eventually end the trend way up here, then make a wave B, and then eventually go up again and make a wave C. This is basically what I expect to see on the daily time frame over the next several weeks. But the important thing is that the trend is still up based on structure and market flow, and we're definitely still looking for longs at sort of time frames. Yesterday we had our Fibonacci retracement from here to here, and I said if it breaks to the downside at a fib level, then you can look for shorts. No break of structure there, no break of structure, no break of structure, no break of structure. So did you go short, or were you continuing to look for longs? The trend is your friend, and following along with structure is probably going to get you way more profit than any indicator definitely could. So yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna have to see. I mean, if it does go down, if it does break structure, we'll throw out Fibonacci retracement on here, and we'll look to see if it either makes a pullback and then continues up, or but whether it really does go down. I mean, if it breaks structure, then you can justify looking for shorts if you're a short time frame trader trading like the very short time frames. But be very careful. I mean, it doesn't have to break structure. It could continue the higher high, higher low series, and it could just keep on going up. The trend is your friend. The trend is up on the weekly still. The trend is up on the daily still. The market flow is still up on the daily. I really don't see any reason to look for shorts unless you get a nice significant break of structure to the downside, at least giving you some kind of confirmation that it's time to start looking for shorts. Moving on to the US dollar yen. I was still thinking that the dollar yen eventually is going to push up to about the 161 area because that's where I have a Fibonacci level on the weekly time frame. Technically, the trend is still up. I mean, yeah, it's engulfing down now, but this daily candle still has 12 hours. We don't know that this candle is going to continue to be bearish. This candle could be closed all the way up here by the end of the 12 hour, the 12 hours it takes for this candle to actually close. So we are definitely still bullish. We have a Fibonacci retracement from here to here because, if it does turn back up, a fib level is likely where it will turn back up. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, oops, let me go back up real quick and make sure that I can see these fibs on the sort of time frame. Give me 1 second. There we go. Because we definitely want to see these daily time frame Fibonacci levels on the sort of time frames. So we are looking at this move down as a very likely a pullback to this move up, right? So we are watching every one of these fib levels. If it breaks structure to the upside around any one of these fib levels, then we'll definitely go back to being bullish. If it doesn't break structure to the upside at a fib level, but instead lower high, 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 then you would just keep on looking for shorts, right? You don't really have to know exactly what the market is doing. You just go with the flow, one wave at a time. You'll know when this wave is over when it breaks structure to the upside at a Fibonacci retracement level. Maybe the 38 or the 50% it could break back up. I mean, the dollar index does look like it could be getting close to breaking up, so definitely keep an eye on your structure. If it breaks, then go back to looking for longs. And moving on to the yen pairs. Boy, the yen pairs are very strong. And one thing I was saying to my premium members today is anybody who thought that these were tops definitely got burnt pretty hard. I definitely do not make money picking tops and bottoms on the daily time frame. I make my money by identifying turns and then going with the flow until I identify the next turn. So yeah, anybody that is a top and bottom feeder definitely is getting burnt pretty hard on this one. It definitely still could be a wave B. Like I said, wave Bs can make new highs, but Really, the next area of resistance on this is right here. That's actually all the way up at about the 187.86 area. So very, very, very bullish. Unfortunately, the same thing I said yesterday kind of applies now. Yeah, I mean, really, I wouldn't go long now, and I definitely wouldn't go short. If it goes down and breaks structure, then I would throw my Fibonacci retracement on the whole move up, because it does look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. So if it breaks structure, I would put my fib on there, and then I would observe it to see if it makes a pullback to the wave and then continues up at a fib level, or whether it makes an impulsive move down, breaks structure, confirming that the higher time frame wave is complete. But the thing is that the weekly is up, the daily is up, the market flow is up. There's really no reason to look for shorts. If you did nothing but looked for logs every single chance you got, pretty much every single day over the last several weeks, when this thing turned several weeks ago to the upside, then you would be making a lot of money right now. If you were looking at all these little points right here as the top of the market, then you probably are losing a lot of money right now. The trend is definitely your friend. Moving on to the pound yen, back up to the daily time frame. Pound yen, same type of thing. I mean, it definitely still could be a wave B. Just because it took out the previous highs doesn't mean that it's not a wave B, but it does look like a 1, 2, 3 still. So even if it does turn down, it's probably just going to be a wave forward. It's probably going to go up again for a wave 5. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, unfortunately, it's the exact same story. I mean, there was a long in the Asian session. There was a long at the market open. There was logs here. There was logs there. There was logs here. There's definitely not a long here, and I definitely wouldn't go short here. We are at a Fibonacci level, so if it does go down, if it does break structure, then throw your Fibonacci retracement on the last 5 waves up, and then observe it to see if it makes a pullback to that 5 waves, or whether it makes an impulsive move down, breaks structure, and does some sort of a trend reversal to the downside. But like I said, even if it does turn down, it's probably just a wave 4 on the daily time frame. So that's like I always say, that's what I call learning and earning, because you would see the break of structure and you wouldn't know whether it was a pullback to an uptrend or whether it went down and did this, but you would be looking for shorts while you learn and earn. So, anyways, if you want to follow along with my trades, and you would like to be part of a great trading community on Discord, then definitely check out my website, fxpipcollector.com. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.